How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about metamaterials, which ended up having a green day inside of the market. I won't take up any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to be going over is the technical analysis, taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance, and where do we want to see metamaterials stock actually make that move to. And then secondly, we're going to be going on Fintel, taking a look at the recent institutional ownership and as well as the short interest information. Yes, institutions have been loading up on some shares, but we also do know as far as shorts are concerned, they are heavily vested inside of this play, but we want to know by what degree. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution, where institutions involved today when it came to large scale orders. We're about to find out. And then when all of that is done, we'll be jumping into the final thoughts. So let's get to it. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for MMAT metamaterials. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $3.55, being up 7.58%. On the low, it tested $3.24, and then on the high, testing $3.75. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, traded at 17.816 million shares, and as far as for the average volume over 10 trading days, being at 12.505 million shares. So we had above average volume, and it's part of the reasons why we ended up seeing some strength today inside of the stock. We had a lot of buying. Now, when we take a look at the indicators on our chart, we're using the 1-year daily chart. We can see from the RSI down below, it's right around 42.86. So it is in the oversold territory. Indicators on our chart, we are below the 100-day. We're also below the 21-day EMA, and we're also below the 200-day. But what is really great to see here, we were able to actually test it pretty close. We got to $3.75 before we had some resistance and some selling pressure in the 200 days right at $3.78. So what we want to look forward to in regards to momentum is being above the 200-day at $3.78 and having some consolidation and some support so we can come back to $4 and we'll be able to reclaim the 21-day EMA. So we want to see support here, some consolidation going on further. But as we can see so far, as long as we are able to hold up this $3 level, or to be exact around $3.15, then things are definitely looking good. On the low, we tested $3.24. You can see here we do have areas of support in this particular area. So we want to see that continue to hold up and being able to actually make that move to the upside, which is very possible, especially if we have the continued amount of volume that we had today and seeing it increase over time as traders start catching on. And then also taking a look at the technical setup, it does look like it's about to go on a move up. And one of the things I want you guys to realize, keep an eye. If it gets past that 375 or anywhere in that mid 370 area, then look out for that strong move, because the next area of resistance that it will have will be right here around 386. And if it could pass 386, then we can look forward to seeing that move to $4. So we're on Fintel. We're going to take a look at the institutional ownership and as well as the short interest information for MMAT metamaterials. So green rows indicate new positions and red rows indicate closed positions. So we're going to be focusing on today's filings. We have Bell Point Asset Management LLC that went in with 15,393 shares, which is a good look right there. And we have Meter Asset Management filed 3,367 shares. So taking all this into consideration, institutions are loading up. We also saw this last week with Emeritus going with 4,800, just over that, and Lincoln Variable Insurance Products Trust going with 52,700. So that's pretty good to see as far as institutions loading up. Now, when we take a look at the short interest information, scrolling down on the page, the short shares availability is at 1.4 million, updated 9 minutes ago. And as far as for the short borrow free rate, it is at 1.85%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, you can see for August the 6th, it was at 49.70. And on the Thursday last week, it was at 59.50. So it'll be very interesting to see what it's going to be when the numbers come out later on in the evening. Will it go down or will it go up? Something to keep an eye on, but for the most part, it does continue to have short squeeze potential. So if we have a lot of buying volume coming into the stock, we can end up seeing some good moves to the upside. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for MMAT. So we can see here on the inflow, it was at 14,384, and then on the outflow, it was at 14,164. So we ended up having an inflow day. So you can see on the large, it was 291. And then on the medium, it was 8,066. And then on the small, it was 6,027. On the outflow side, it was 666. On the medium, it was 8,380, and then on the small being at 5,117. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see as far as today, August the 9th, it was a big time outflow being at 375.23. So taking all of this into consideration, yes, we did have a lot of selling that occurred, yes, because we ended up having a big time jump in the overall price being up almost 8% on the day. So there are going to be profit taken, and of course with the volatility that's going to be coming ahead inside of the market, this is of no surprise. But one thing that we did see, there was a lot of buying going on because we did end up having an inflow day. So now let's jump into the final thoughts. So for my final thoughts for MMAT metamaterials, I'm going to continue to keep an eye on it and to make sure I keep you guys updated. And part of the reasons being is if we continue to see some strength in the stock price and it's able to build up on these green days, it's going to start gathering the attention of traders. The more volume we can bring into this stock, of course, we can see that buying pressure, and like we saw on Fintel, being able to take advantage of that short squeeze potential. I know many of you have been holding this play for quite some time, so it's great to see that you're seeing appreciation in the overall stock price. Another thing to also go over is the volatilities that are going to be coming ahead, the volatility that's going to be coming inside of the market. We have some key numbers and updates that are going to be coming, for example, the CPI data. So that is going to have an impact on the stock market as a whole. I'm going to be mentioning it through all the videos that I'm doing today because I want to make sure you guys are prepared for what's going to be happening ahead. And the reason why it's important, because you might have a strategy, you might be swing trading it, you might have short-term goals and so forth. So I want to make sure, hey, you're not going to be left behind and you're not going to be like, man, I should have done this or I should have done that. You want to make sure you have a guide, and I'm here to help you guys out. In regards to the technicals, we want to see it actually has some strength above the 200-day. If you can build support there, then we can look forward to seeing that move and see it go back to that $4 level. If it does decide to pull back, of course, we want to see that strength. We want to see it hold up because we already know as far as the downside is concerned, what it could actually look like. So I want to see MMAT go to $4. Is it going to be happening this week? Who knows? But of course, I'm going to be looking forward to a further spike. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.